Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Viva la difference! Young and restless stars shine a light on an amazing cause. Few folks have been as dedicated to raising money for great causes as the young and the restless Kate Linder, Esther. Her teas are always a good time, bringing fans and stars together help out and raise money for those in need. This time, though, Linder didn't host a tea, but had a brunch, and clearly had a blast while raising money for breast cancer survivors while she was at it. This past Sunday, May 4th, Linder hosted the event in Vaughan, Ontario, emceed by Candice Daniel, anchor of Global News Morning Toronto, with Christian Jules LeBlanc, Michael, Brighton James, Devin, Sean Dominic, Nate, and Connor Floyd Chance by her side. And the best part is, the Kate Linder and Friends charity fundraiser raised almost $50,000 for the charity after breast cancer. The second best part is that Miss Hale Morgan, who's set to return to as Amanda shortly, was nearby and joined in the fun after the VIP session fans got to participate in before the big brunch. There was food, a Q&A session, a live auction, and a 2-hour autograph session with fans after the event. In other words, it was a full day for a great cause. As Linder shared back when the event was first announced, "I am happy and honored to join forces with After Breast Cancer, ABC, to bring increased awareness of what happens during and after a breast cancer diagnosis." Kate Linder and Friends charity teas were created by Linder and Robin Weiss back in 1998, and they've been going strong ever since, bringing young and restless fans and actors together for a variety of charities. This past Sunday, proceeds from the event will fund ABC's CARE KIT Thrive program and vital workshops designed to help cancer survivors navigate their post-treatment lives with dignity and hope. Keep scrolling down to check out highlights of the big day. There's something magical that happens when fiction and reality collide, not in the form of dramatic reveals or jaw-dropping twists, but in moments of genuine humanity. And on a recent spring evening in Los Angeles, that magic was palpable as the stars of the young and the restless stepped out from behind the glitz of Genoa City and into the heart of something far more profound: advocacy, awareness, and action. The event, aptly named Viva la Difference, was a vibrant celebration of individuality and inclusion, with a powerful focus on raising funds and awareness for programs supporting neurodiverse individuals and children with developmental differences. Hosted in a dazzling art space just blocks from the Hollywood Walk of Fame, this night was anything but typical. It wasn't about ratings, rivalries, or red carpet couture. It was about heart, humanity, and the beauty of what makes us all different. The heart behind the spotlight. The event was spearheaded by several cast members who have deep personal ties to the cause. Melissa Ordway, Abby, Brighton James, Devin, and Cameron Grimes, Mariah, were among the passionate voices who helped organize and promote the night, drawing attention to the urgent need for early intervention programs, classroom inclusion, and community resources for neurodivergent youth. It's not just about raising money, Melissa shared from the stage, her voice thick with emotion. It's about raising understanding. We all want to be seen, heard, and accepted exactly as we are. And tonight, we're saying you belong. For Ordway, the cause hits especially close to home, as she's spoken publicly about supporting inclusive learning environments for children with sensory processing differences. Her dedication shone through, not only in her speech, but in her hands-on work behind the scenes. She helped design the event's sensory-friendly zones and handpicked many of the evening's educational partners. Glamour meets grit. The night unfolds. While most soap events are known for glitz and photo ops, Viva la Difference managed to strike an ideal balance between stylish and sincere. The venue buzzed with excitement as fans, families, educators, and fellow actors arrived, many dressed in vibrant prints and colorful accessories to reflect the evening's theme, celebrating what makes us unique. Tables were adorned with puzzle piece centerpieces, each inscribed with quotes about individuality and acceptance. Interactive installations invited guests to walk in someone else's shoes, from noise-canceling headphone experiences to virtual reality empathy labs replicating sensory overload. But the real centerpiece of the night was the panel, a series of raw, honest, and often tearful conversations between Y&R cast members and advocates, parents, and neurodivergent individuals. Bryton James gets real. No one held back, and Bryton James was the first to lead with vulnerability. People assume that because we're actors, we're always confident and self-assured, he said. But growing up, I struggled with feeling different. I had learning challenges that weren't diagnosed early, and it made me feel less than for a long time. James opened up about his work with organizations that support equitable access to education and early testing, emphasizing the importance of shifting the conversation from disability to difference. We need to stop thinking of neurodivergence as something to fix, he said. It's something to honor. His words earned a standing ovation, one of many that night. Cameron Grimes, Motherhood and Mindfulness. Cameron Grimes also took the mic, sharing how her journey into motherhood has deepened her awareness of the challenges parents face navigating developmental differences. It's overwhelming, she said. You're flooded with advice, with comparisons, with milestones. And when your child doesn't hit those benchmarks on time, it can feel terrifying. But what I've learned is, there's no universal clock. Our kids are not machines. They're miracles. Grimes partnered with a nonprofit that provides free screenings and early support for children under age 5, stressing the need for culturally sensitive outreach. There's a huge gap in resources for families of color and lower-income households, she said. Awareness is the first step, but access is everything. A soap star's second act. One of the night's most moving moments came when a former Y&R guest star took the stage, not as an actor, but as a parent. Lisa, who appeared briefly in a 2006 arc, spoke about her teenage son's recent autism diagnosis and how the stigma surrounding the label almost kept her from seeking help. I kept telling myself, he's just quirky, he'll grow out of it, she said. But deep down, I knew he was struggling. And I was scared. Scared of the label. Scared of judgment. Now, she says, the diagnosis has been a gift. It gave us language. It gave us tools. And more importantly, it gave us community. Tears flowed freely in the room, and what followed was a long, thunderous applause, punctuated by actors, fans, and families standing side by side. Fun, food, and fundraising. Of course, it wouldn't be a Y&R night without a bit of flair. The event featured a silent auction with autograph scripts, a one-on-one Zoom with Eric Braeden, Victor, and a walk-on roll prize that had fans in bidding wars. A portion of proceeds went directly to the Neurodiversity Project, a grassroots organization providing school-based support teams and inclusive curriculum development across California. The culinary spread was curated by celebrity chef and longtime Y&R fan, Helena Mendez, who crafted a menu highlighting global flavors and inclusive dietary options, from vegan Persian rice dishes to gluten-free churros with lavender cream. As the DJ spun upbeat tracks, the dance floor quickly filled, with Bryton James showing off his moves alongside Sharon Case Sharon, who surprised fans by rapping along to Salt and Peppa's Push It. A cast that practices what it preaches. Offstage, the stars mingled without ego or agenda. Crystal Khalil Lilly spent nearly an hour chatting with a group of teens from a local high school neurodiversity club, while Joshua Morrow, Nick, gave a spontaneous pep talk to a young fan who admitted he was nervous about his upcoming IEP evaluation. You've got this, buddy, Morrow said, kneeling beside him. You know why? Because your brain is a superpower. Don't let anyone tell you different. It was the kind of unscripted moment that Young and Restless could never write, because it was real, honest, human. Behind the scenes, the producers weigh in. Executive producer Josh Griffith and co-executive producer Anthony Morena both attended the event and spoke briefly about the soap's ongoing efforts to reflect more authentic, inclusive storylines. We have a responsibility, Griffith said. Not just to entertain, but to mirror the world we live in and the world we want to live in. That means telling stories about mental health, about neurodiversity, about difference. And it means hiring inclusively behind the camera, too. Marina added that the show's writers are exploring future plotlines that may include characters on the autism spectrum or facing learning differences, portrayed with nuance and respect. We're not interested in checkboxes. We're interested in truth. The final words. Melissa Ordway says it all. As the night drew to a close, Melissa Ordway returned to the mic to thank guests, share closing thoughts, and reveal the final fundraising tally, an impressive $475,000 raised in a single evening. I've never been prouder to be part of this community, she said, voice breaking. We act for a living, but tonight, we acted for something real. For our kids. For our future. For all the beautifully different brains that make this world better. More than just a theme. Viva la difference isn't just a catchy slogan. It's a philosophy. A way of viewing the world that says, you don't need to fit in to belong. That being different isn't something to survive. It's something to celebrate. For fans of the young and the restless, this night offered something we don't often get, a behind-the-scenes glimpse into the character of the people who play the characters. And what we saw was deeply moving. In a world where sameness is often praised and perfection idolized, the cast and crew of Y&R reminded us that it's in our differences that we find our strength, our stories, our soul. Because while Genoa City might be fictional, the love and light these stars shine in the real world. That's as real as it gets.